Watching you again this morning, doing exactly the drill we're just about to do.
Yeah.
Every morning, drill, drill, drill.
In Spain, it was morning and evening. So regardless of what was happening in the day, we did a morning and an evening session. And the end of the trip, the guys were, their hands were hot.
Well, I'll tell you whose hands are going to be hot. Our three slip catchers who are waiting patiently. They're experienced in their time. Michael Atherton at first, Ricky Ponting at second, and Nasser Hussain at third. So can we go through a few drills? We've got Phil Neal, who's our expert nicker, been doing it for 20 or so years, and we've got the England fielding coach. Now, one of few things could happen here. Either one of the lads could split their trousers, given they're going to have to move, and Hussain might break a finger. What do we reckon the odds were on Nasser breaking a finger?
He's odds on 2 to 1 on, I reckon.
2 to 1 on, yeah, something like that.
You worry about your game, Ponting.
Are you ready?
I'm in the slips with Ponting.
Are they staggered right?
He's
So we've got
behind
to keep Athers their first slip. I think Nasser's got to come up a bit.
Nasser's got to come up a bit.
Perfect.
Let's have a go.
Oh,
Easy.
that disappoints me. No, come up.
What, did he caught it?
Now,
So we're operating at about
Finish
50%
there.
at the moment.
so I was going to say, this is just
This is
50%.
nice and
All right,
easy.
we'll keep it at 50% for the moment. Easy. We haven't got one to Nash yet, Phil.
I'm happy.
Nearly.
Moment of glory. Moment of glory.
Ben Stokes.
He moved
Replay. Where's the replay? Now this was Ben Stokes, but Ben Stokes pulled it off yesterday. Could you believe that catch yesterday?
Very similar.
What are you doing?
To be fair to Nasser, he's not got in a bad position there. It's
Has he
just,
not?
it's just not stuck, basically.
A couple of things. I'm going to go and ask Ricky this in a minute. Catching down or catching up? Is there a right or wrong
so my memory of Ricky is that he took a
wish
lot
I'd caught
kind of reverse cut, which Ian Bell does a lot of that.
Yeah.
He gets very low in his
He's got a
stance.
good hand.
Happy to catch a lot reverse cut. It's personal preference.
That would have
at the
been
end of the
so
day.
special.
Obviously, there's a height of the ball where you need to catch reverse height or conventionally, but a lot of it is personal preference.
Do another couple.
I've got to catch one. Come on, please.
Hard hands. Hard hands.
You know, there's not a lot to be said about that one.
Hang on, replay. We're just on the replay, Nas. Hang on.
What can you say?
He's moving a bit. Do you need to have a real solid base at the point?
Well, you need to be still to catch the ball.
Yeah.
But we saw Joe Root snaffle those
Please
all day
go to
long.
the YouTube next
If a slip man's dropping that kind of height, then you're in trouble.
We're in trouble. We're in trouble. Try another couple if you don't mind.
Phil, not to me, Phil. Oh,
Good.
easy. First slip,
Come on,
Steve.
we got to get Nash catching one here.
Come here, Atherton. Come here.
Make it easy.
This is not going well. This is not.
The other
me.
two are going all right.
Phil. Good, Phil.
Come on, Phil. Get one to Nash.
Phil.
You get in my pocket, Nass.
Yeah!
Watch it.
See you later. I'm off.
Bye.
That's enough.
Brilliant. How are the hands?
I tell you what, your hands go soft
That
so
couldn't have
quickly.
gone.
Look at
I
that.
think we've done enough. haven't we?
Bruising
Couldn't have
coming
gone
up
any
There it
worse.
is.
already.
I'm
I've
back.
fought a ball for 10
Yeah,
years. Oh, your hands go soft incredibly
yeah.
quickly. You forget how hard catches come and how hard the ball is.
Just talking to Chris there about sometimes there and then another catch, fingers down. How did you? Was it just?
I don't know. It was just a natural thing. And I remember doing some testing at the Cricket Academy one year as well, and they did some testing on how a lot of us tracked the ball. And my tracking, the way I tracked the ball is I always looked right at the bottom of the ball all the time. So it sort of makes sense then if I was looking at the bottom of the ball that the ball would always sort of be above my eye level.
Yeah.
So once it was above my eyes, it was easy to catch that way.
Phil and Chris, they've got other things to do, so our thanks to them. We'll carry on here though. What are you watching at first slip?
I'm watching the ball all the way,
From
not the
the-
edge of the
right.
bat. I'm watching the ball all the way. You want to be in a relaxed position. You don't want to have your feet too wide because your knees get in the way. I would always kind of try and take my knees inwards so I could get round the side of the knees and just be relaxed, I think, because you need your hands to be soft and giving. You don't want to be hard at the ball, so you don't want to be tense. You just want to be nice and relaxed. People used to criticise Beefy for having his hands on his knees, but actually he's in a very relaxed position as long as he gets the hands out and ready for the nick when it comes.
What are you watching at second slip?
I watched the bat all the time. I didn't
Really?
I didn't like watching the ball. I felt like my eyes sort of moved too much. I like to get set in one position and just focus on one little area, which is where I thought the edge of the bat and where the ball was going to come from. I looked at that, and probably slightly different than Athers with my feet as well. I like to turn my feet out a little bit.
All right.
So then, the more I had my toes in, I felt it hard to move sideways. But if I had my toes turned out a little bit, particularly on my weaker side, so my left-hand side was my weaker side, I didn't move as well to my left. So I generally just turned that left foot out a little bit, which enabled me to be able to move better to that side.
Didn't Mark Waugh used to stand like that, though?
Mark Waugh did, yeah. Mark
Very
Waugh used to hang his hands down like this as well. And it got him, as Ash said, in a very relaxed position. His hands almost just hung down, and he used to catch some magnificent catches. Probably the best slip fielder I ever fielded. Obviously, he was at second slip at Essex. He had beautifully soft hands. He used to just caress the ball into his hands, so give with it. He was brilliant. The thing for me is what Joe Root said on interview, is having a settled slip cordon, which England have got now. If you know that Ricky Ponting's next to you, he's going to go for everything. You also know, as he's just said, his left hand is his weaker hand, so he's going to be slightly further that way. My left hand is my weaker hand, whereas say Nick Knight comes in or something and he's left-handed and had a dodgy, he used to catch it really odd, you would go a little bit wider from him, and get your angles right depending on right hand, left hand.
It's an underestimated part of the game. Think of the catching yesterday, which we've talked about. And also, not too many coaches that I played with would talk about slip catching. I didn't really think about slip catching until Bobby Simpson, who's a great former Australian captain and a great slip fielder, he came to coach Lancashire. And for the first time I had somebody talking about actual technique and how you stand and the kind of depth and the distance between you. Up to that point I hadn't really thought about it at all.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much. Hands okay?
Yeah.
Fingers
Just
intact?
about pop them
Bruce,
fine.
yours.
I'm into the ice straight away, I think.
All right.